Lucian Grainge has come forward and responded personally. The article says Universal Music CEO Lucian Grainge has had enough of Drake's ridiculous "Not Like Us" lawsuit. That's a scary headline for Drake. Lucian Grainge has had enough of it. In new legal filings, the top executive has made his first public statements on the rapper's unprecedented lawsuit against his own label. Lucian issued his first public response, and it's a fiery one, to Drake's lawsuit against the company for what he alleges to be the strategically defamatory promotion of Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us." Earlier this week, Drake's attorneys attempted to force Lucian Grainge to submit the documents that they believe will build their case against the CEO's involvement in the planning of and release of "Not Like Us." In turn, in filings submitted by UMG attorneys, the Grainge called the idea, Lucian called the idea that he had anything to do with the minutia of the song's release, farcical, among other choice words. Farcical is a crazy word to use. Anyways, while claiming that Grainge had personal involvement in the distribution of "Not Like Us," Drake's motion for documents from the executive also pointed to authorship of the company's code of conduct, where it claims he wrote that UMG's leadership should be held accountable for the decisions we make and how we conduct ourselves. Drake's trying to hold them to company policy. That's crazy. Instead, the motion asserts that Lucian instead has been allegedly aware and callous towards the impact of Lamar's assertion that Drake is a pedo in his lyrics. Basically, Lucian don't care. Like, yeah, I heard the line. I don't really care. Who cares? I'm being funny. Well, who cares? It wouldn't be the first one we covered up for. Not literally, but anyways. Not Like Us won a Grammy alongside his allegation of Grainge's critical involvement as part of an attempt to, quote, devalue Drake's music and brand. And tell you guys that, right? I just told y'all that. Drake felt like y'all helping Kendrick. So when I go in here for these negotiations to renew my contract, it hurts me and it makes it look like y'all don't have to pay me as much as y'all would have had to pay me before. That's why UMG would stay out of it and say, we ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on you and him. But, Drake feels that way. So the article confirmed that and said Drake believes it was to devalue his music and brand in order to gain leverage in negotiations for an extension of his contract. But Lucian Grainge isn't having it, the article said. Quote, given Drake's motion, I would like to make it quite clear that I never heard the recording "Not Like Us" nor ever saw the corresponding cover art or music video until after they were released by Interscope Records. The CEO said this in a declaration attributed to him personally. So not only did UMG come out and make a long statement, Lucian Grainge said, I'm going to speak on this myself because I'm tired of this boy. He said, quote, whilst as a part of my role, I certainly have financial oversight of and responsibility for UMG's global businesses, the proposition that I was involved in, much less responsible for, reviewing and approving the content of "Not Like Us," its cover art or music video, or for determining or directing the promotion of those materials, is groundless and indeed ridiculous. Given the responsibilities as the top of a publicly traded multi-billion-dollar multinational corporation whose operation in over 60 countries, covering nearly 200 markets, it makes no sense whatsoever that I was in the weeds as to release and promotion of any particular sound recording from the thousands of UMG songs released throughout the world. So Lucian going off. He's like, bro, I ain't got time for this, bro. He letting them know, like, he putting his resume on the table. Bro, you ain't even that important is what he's saying. And when they start talking about you even Drake being one of the biggest artists on UMG, when they start talking about you like you're not even important, bro, that means they about to start showing you that you're not even important, bro. And that's everything Lucian is saying right there, is to make Drake understand you're a peon to me. Yes, you're a talented artist. We'll get another one. And Sometimes sometimes success will make you believe that you are the biggest thing in the world. And it makes you forget that there's other worlds out there within the world. See, in Drake's world, in hip hop culture, Drake is a big deal. In Lucian's world, Drake is this big. You're just another artist that we've seen, bro. You'll be gone and another one will come 10 years from now that'll be just as big as you. Entertainment goes in cycles. It goes in cycles. Nobody stays on top forever. Nobody, even if you guys know, if you don't know, if this is your first time watching the platform, you know, you don't know, but for my subscribers, everybody that's be here, you know, we coach entrepreneurs over here on personal branding. We teach people how to make money doing what they love. That's what the website you guys see scrolling at the bottom of the screen is, right? And when we do that, I always tell people, you don't want to just create content, even for you, right? Like, you don't want to just create content and not actually build a business off of it, because eventually nobody's content lasts forever. So you want to make sure that all the engagement that you're getting is for a purpose. But sometimes in entertainment, when you see athletes and musicians, sometimes these dudes think like, you think that you're going to be the guy forever. And it's just not realistic. And Drake seems like one of those type of people. Like, and you know what it is really? I think that a lot of people, it's just like athletes. A lot of people don't know what their identity really is. This is why finding your identity in Christ is so important too. Because if you start thinking that you are the work that you do, then look at Drake, right? Without music, I don't know that Drake really knows who he is. Am I the Jewish kid? Am I the black kid? Who am I? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we find identity in the work that we do, and that's always a mistake. Because you're not the work that you do. Your purpose is greater than that. Right? But if you never take the time, some of us, and this applies to everybody, some of you guys out there working jobs that you know you're not really fulfilling no purpose in it, but it's safe and it gets the bills paid. This is why we give you guys the free branding toolkit on the website. This is why we give you the free masterclass on the website. Because I don't have nothing for sale. I don't got nothing to sell you. God has blessed me. I'm just here to bless you guys with information. But this is why we give everything away for free, because a lot of you guys need that. Because sometimes we find purpose and we think we found purpose in the work that we do. But that's not where you find purpose at. Purpose a lot of times is found in the pain that you had previously and how you can help somebody and serve somebody with the knowledge of how to overcome those things. Like, there's different things. And when these are the kind of situations when you look at this, it's like, bro don't know how to lose this rap battle. He don't know how to lose. Because if I'm not the number one guy, then what am I? If I'm not Drake better than everybody else, and if I can't talk about how I'm the greatest to ever do it, and somebody else got that bragging right, then who am I? And that's how God humbles us sometimes. One time, God told me that I was sitting in my office. I'll share a story with you guys. I'm sitting in my office, all my employees in the conference room. And I was sitting in the lounge section. It's like a living room in my office. And I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, I could take all this from you and still get the glory. Sometimes God will remove something that you worship more than him, and you'll become an example of what not to do with the blessings instead of what to do with the blessings. And if you, one of my clients, or if you aren't in our inner circle, you've heard me tell the story before, and I'll tell it again before we continue with this. My grandmother used to tell me a parable. It's the parable of the beach and the rowboat, right? And she said that when you have success, success is like going to the beach. And when you get to the beach, you can sit on the sand or you can go in the water. The sand is God's will for your success. This is where God wants you. You can look out there but the water, a lot of us decide to go on the water, and the devil puts us in a rowboat, and we rowing, and he got an oar and we got an oar, and we rowing out there. And as we rowing, we singing and we having a good time, and it feels good, and we laughing and we on the water. And then when we get in the middle of the ocean and you can't see the sand no more, the devil snatches the paddles, jump in a speedboat, speeds off, and leaves you in the middle of the ocean by yourself. And you don't know how to get back to the shore. You don't know how to get back to what God's purpose for what he gave you those blessings was for. And it's not impossible to get back, my grandmother would say, but it's really, really hard when you don't know what direction the shore is in and you can't see the sand no more. You out there in the middle of the ocean in a boat with no paddles. It's not impossible, but it's hard. And in that parable, she would say that the ocean represents sin. And what is sin? To know what God gave you and still choose to do it, to know right and do wrong. That's sin. You know you're supposed to stay on the sand with this, do what God told you to do with these blessings. And that applies to all of us, right? And so in that scenario, you got to always be conscious of when God blesses me with this, it's not really mine and I shouldn't make my identity over it. I'm just on a trip at the beach, right? Let's get back to this article. Just want to share that with y'all. Let's get back to the article. So, it said Grainge noted, well, to that point, Lucian is letting Drake know, you're nothing to me, bro. And when he starts listing his accolades, he said, this is a quote. He said, I'm the top of a publicly traded multi-billion-dollar multinational corporation whose operation in over 60 countries covers nearly 200 markets. It makes no sense whatsoever that I'm in the weeds as to the release of a promotion of a particular sound recording. He didn't even call it Not Like Us. He didn't even call it a song. Like, bro, that's just another sound recording in my opinion. I don't even know how to dance. You think I care about this hip hop song? He said, you think I was in the weeds to the release and promotion of this particular sound recording from the thousands of UMG releases throughout the world? Grainge noted that he's accustomed to personal attacks, that his company is accustomed to litigation tactics that attempt to waste my and UMG's time and resources with discovery of the sort that Drake is seeking here. He letting Drake know again, bro, you a peon. I've done this before 100 times. We done already got rid of a bunch of dudes like you trying to come here and press us. We just gonna do it again. Lucian said in his quote, that Drake is doing this either in an attempt to gain media attention or in an effort to force some kind of commercial renegotiation or financial concessions. Basically, you trying to bully us into giving you the contract that you want. Like you think that you're going to put us in the public and get media attention. You think you an NFL player or something. You think you Michael Parsons and I'm Jerry Jones. That's what he's saying. But Drake got to be careful because they'll turn your TV off, bro. Either financially or literally.